Okay, beautiful people. Yeah, it's your boy again, Prosper Michael, and Peter Sheme, the man with the long beard. Mr. Peter.
Yes.
Okay, how you doing?
As usual, fine.
I hope you're not catching cold.
No.
Okay, I know. And you're feeling sleepy.
No,
Is it about the rain or something?
No. I need hot tea now.
Hot tea, yeah, because the weather is kind of cold. It's raining out there all over this place. And okay, yeah, thank you for joining on this beautiful episode. And we have a lot to talk about, just to give to you. And this is Prime Media Studio. And if you have subscribed to us for this, just subscribe if you haven't subscribed so that you get to see us whenever we're up, give you the gist and tidbit for the day. Yeah, we have some stories that's making the round from various news platforms, and we're going to be starting from the story from the China news platform that talked about Ekweremadu Madu. It's one of the big stories right now, it's trending all over the place, and we read that Ekweremadu Madu wife, Dr. David Jade, for organ trafficking. So Peter, the story is not it's a sad one.
It's a sad one.
You know, looking at his status, Ekweremadu's status in the country, he was number 3rd citizen after the president. You see the vice president, after vice president, the next person like the Senate president, and a person of his stature, and finding himself in this kind of story, this kind of it's a big mess, you know. You know, it's a big mess. I know this. Parents do a lot for children.
Yes.
But looking at the convention, what was read out, which I'm going to play a bit of it, what the doctor actually, what the sentencing and all that, what they read out, it was something, let's start with that, okay? I just play that briefly, so you get to see what we're talking about.
And Dr. Beatrice Ekweremadu remain sitting for the moment. You have each been convicted of conspiracy to commit an offence of human trafficking. You brought a young man to London to exploit him. The exploitation was the proposed donation of a kidney for reward. The reward was to be the payment of money and a chance to work in the United Kingdom. People trafficking across international borders for the harvesting of human organs is a form of slavery. It treats human beings and their body parts as commodities to be bought and sold. It is a trade that preys on poverty and misery and desperation. The evidence shows that those who are impoverished, often living in multi-dimensional poverty, desperate for a better life, and ignorant of the true risks, are sometimes willing to donate their organs for money or the chance to work in the UK. Significant risks attached to such donation without proper aftercare. You each played a part in that despicable trade. You, Abina Abetta, underwent a kidney transplant at the Royal Free Hospital in London in 2021. You said that you and your donor were cousins. That was a lie. The clinicians at the Royal Free and the independent assessors at the Human Tissue Authority were taken in by your lie. They believed that the donor was acting altruistically as a good Samaritan. The transplant went ahead. There is no evidence that the donor has been given the necessary aftercare. It is not necessary for me to make a finding as to whether you exploited the donor. But what is clear is that you learned from your experience that it was possible to manipulate and corrupt the regulatory system by using a fabricated affidavit, by lying about your relationship with the donor, and by coaching the donor to lie. You, Senator Ike Ekremadu, and you, Dr. Beatrice Ekremadu, have a daughter, Sonia. She is very ill. She is suffering from FSGS, nephrotic syndrome. She needs a kidney transplant. Everybody has enormous sympathy for her and for the impact on each of you seeing your daughter's suffering. Sonia's uncle, Diwe Ekremadu,
Peter, you can see that this is the sentencing when it was being pronounced. And now, the way it is right now, Ekremadu was jailed for 9 years and 8 months. His wife, Beatrice, was also sentenced to 4 years and 6 months imprisonment, while Abeta received 10 years prison time. And that is how it is right now. And and a lot of people are speaking as regards this issue. And I can read from the same online platform, and we discovered that Charles, a king will be crowned. And a lot of people are calling that if the king can use this opportunity to grant Ekremadu and this other, the wife and the authors, if this avenue can be used to, look at what the lawyers are saying. It's a King Charles coronation opportunity for pardon request. This is what the lawyers are saying, and this is actually is possible. But are we sure that the king will see this as his first assignment? And so the lawyer are thinking that this is possible. I'll just say that the letter written to the court appealing for pardon for Ekremadu could be seen as interference to the court process. So they are saying, do you think it's possible?
Yes, it's possible, because I think things like this have happened in the past. So it's possible. What I just urge our leaders to keep doing is to keep putting pressure on the UK government to assist us in this.
Okay. But yeah, looking at what is going right now, this story has dimension, a lot of dimension to it. People are saying that this kidney transplant can be actually done in Nigeria, and this would have all this whole mess that is going right now could have been avoided. And because I know very well that this operation takes place in St. Nicholas. I have a friend that he's there, and he's hale and healthy till now. And because this is a very, as one concerned, it's a very big mess.
It's a big mess,
Big mess. And so I overheard one lawyer speaking on radio a few days ago, was like that UK does not have regard for us. That if it was a UK person that was in Nigeria, by then they would be making way to just to bring it back to UK and ensure the case is taken care of there. But ours, we just kind of fold our hands and like to take place over there and look at what's going on right now. But a lot of people are saying, well, it is good that our people can learn from this and be able to look inward and see how they can build a good hospital and equip the ones in the country. So not that whenever you have a headache, you run to UK or you run to other country for treatment. I don't know. Are you in support of this take?
This part of this is what we've been. If you notice, we've been pleading with Nigerian government since this issue of this 5 years compulsory stuff they were trying to impose on Nigerian doctors, that graduate doctors. So these things are part of what we've been begging our government to help us with. You understand? I think when we have all those facilities and all those are good doctors in Nigeria, I don't think he want to travel out to do this abroad. You understand? So because most of like the doctor he was supposed to use there, from in the UK was a Nigerian doctor.
So I think, I think there's still a lot of partners allowing this sentence to slide, and Ohanaeze carpets federal government as UKJ, Ekweremadu, and wife. So Ohanaeze are not really comfortable with what happened. So the former third-time deputy president of the Senate, Ekweremadu, 60, was on Friday. So the Ohanaeze are not really comfortable. So they are like, I don't know what they want the federal government to do about this. So the Apes Igbo social-cultural organizations, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, had berated the federal government for not helping the embattled senator. Do you think there's something the federal government would have done about this?
Just like you were saying before that Adibin is from the UK part, they would try to come and extradite the person from Nigeria to the country. I think Adibin they tried that, to maybe they would have succeeded.
So, which media are thinking if that was done, the man could go scot-free in Nigeria or something?
No, it's not as if he will go scot-free, but at least the penalty will not be as much as this. Because this one that is happening is a big blow to Nigeria.
To the country entirely.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned from this. I really hope our politicians will just wake up and stop thinking about themselves. They should look inward, look at the future of the country entirely. Anybody can fall victim of this right now. Any of the politicians, I'm sure the way this one happened, other people will also be found in some other areas which they don't know. But a lot of them have been tracked in one way or the other based on their activities and all that. I think it's the right time we look inward and bring this one and invest in this country, so that a lot of this thing we so much hunger want to experience, want to enjoy outside country, we have them here. So we can have the foreigners coming to want to also be part of what we have. That is why I can't take this away from. I keep really emphasizing the statement of the LP candidate Peter Obi. He said, "You want to make the country and a producing country, not a consuming country. You understand that? Where we don't just have to be importing, going wasting our money overseas. Rather, let's have enough to export, have enough to eat and to export, have enough medication. You know, people foreign will not start coming to the country rather than us going out there. Which I think every administration should be having this kind of mindset. This is what we need. If all these things is on ground, all this kind of issue will be partially eliminated. You know. Okay.
It's just like we'll make reference to the educational sector also. Just like what is presently happening in Sudan. And even our universities are well equipped and no issue of this strike issue. Those students that travel to North Sudan wouldn't have gone there to school. They would have schooled in Nigeria here. You understand? Now all these resources, time wasted to go and evacuate them, would have channeled it to something else.
And as all this is all going right now, the daughter, they're all fighting to save. She's still in the same condition. And I read, I think that's in the Vanguard, where she said, "I feel guilty. My parents were convicted because of me." That's Sonia saying this. Of course, I don't know how she's going to forgive herself. You know, looking at what happened to the parent because of her condition. Though it's not her fault that she's sick. You understand? But at the same time, this had happened, and I don't think no child be happy that because of his or her condition that the parents are going through this kind of serious challenges. You know, it's like from grass to grass. You know. So she's really concerned, and I hope this does not aggravate her pains, you know, what she's going through currently. You understand? So anyway, so the daughter of the embattled former Deputy Senate President Ekweremadu says she feels guilty that her parents were convicted because they were looking for ways to find a solution to her health condition. But on that other aspect, I don't think money was the issue here. It's not the way they went about it. That's where the issue is. Because anyway, let's just move on. Enough of that story. We know of the returning from the Sudan. So we discovered that we read that the second batch has returned, and also has returned to the country, which is a good thing, because and also it's a good thing to hear that they return safe and sound. The federal government said they have successfully evacuated everyone in that region. That's what they are saying, and we hope it's everyone they have evacuated. So the government on Friday said it successfully evacuated all Nigerians that were stranded in the crisis-ridden Sudanese capital, Khartoum. The permanent secretary in the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Dr. Sani Bozo, said this when he received the second batch of 130 evacuees at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. It's a good news in that regard,
yes,
that they are all back hale and healthy. Of course, we know that a lot of things went down there, but the good news is that they are back.
Oh, I saw a video of how things were happening in Sudan yesterday. I just shook my head when I saw the way those rockets were flying up and down. I was like, "Hi, this is serious." You understand? This one is trying to let us know that there is no love in the country at all, in the world. Let's say the world. Because if two brothers can fight each other like that, I
two
call
generals.
Them, yes, I
call
call them brothers. Yes.
Because they've been in this together.
Yes. If two brothers can fight themselves like that, I don't think there is love in the world.
Yeah, of course. You know very well there's no, we can't really assume there's love in the world. Because when it comes to money, of course, you are sure that a lot of things will be happening. Because what can make a man or woman to turn against themselves if it's not money or something that is valuable? Greed. Let me use the word greed. Because of greed now, a lot of people are suffering. They're suffering. People are dying. People are running. They are abandoning their property. And this whole thing is it's not just only Sudan. It's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Just imagine. My accident in the southern, northern, in the Kaduna area and all that. What's happening there? All this killing. Obi said something that he was going to ask them what is the problem if he eventually emerged the president of the country, that he wants to dialogue with them. He wants to ask them, why are you doing this? What do you want? Because I believe everybody has a price tag, right? Because I think Yar'Adua and Goodluck, they did that to the militants when they were blowing up pipelines here and there, and it was affecting the federal government's incomes and all that. And they dialogued with them and gave some of them amnesty, and they sent some of them overseas for training and all that. And today we will not be hearing about explosion in that region. And it's been extracted successfully and all that. Yeah, this guy's also doing this in the Kaduna and all that. He's so fortunate that the governor of that state has not been able to at least stand on his two legs and be able to see how you are the chief executive officer of that region. You understand? And based on how he boasted last time that he was very close to the president, we really hope that by now this whole thing will be nipped in the bud. But the agreements keep happening. People still keep dying in that region. These are lives.
If you make me the president of this country, if you are not functional, if you are not performing your function as a governor of the state, you have no choice than to sack you, impeach you from
no, you declare self-emergency in that region.
You declare self-emergency in that region. Yes, just quick. We'll replace you with someone else. You are incompetent.
The laws of the land are only, in most cases, only give you room for a lot of things, action to be carried out. But you have to go through some process.
We always, in Nigeria, let's use Nigeria for example. We are very fast in changing some things. Within a week we'll switch something. Before we change that same setting. Then quick, you can impeach whoever is incompetent.
Well, we hope that things become, as we put it now, the way that as it is easy as we are talking about it right now, where we saw what happened during the presidential election and the governorship election. I can tell you that so many people have thought that they're untouchable, they can do anything. After the presidential election, they started behaving as if they are good people. We saw how some of them were going to the market where they've never been to before to cajole people to come and vote for them. We're practically begging. Please, we are this, we are that, and all that. But during the presidential election, nobody said anything. Nobody cares about anybody. The light we've not had in my environment for 8 months. On Friday, on Saturday, on Thursday, they brought light in that place. Then after the election, the lights went again. So I'm sure that until we make some of these leaders understand that the power, we voted you there to come and serve us, not for you to go and come and trample on us. Until we realize this and the youth understand this, because I'm very sure the youth, they understand the power, the strength they have right now. Yes, they understand the strength. And I think what actually calmed the nerve was because of the statement from the LP candidate and some other people. They calmed down, want to go through this legally, and all of this actually, calmed a lot of youth. Which I think, was it this one, somebody was asking me a question that, okay, what's the way forward? Now that it's like this, I say, well, guy, your principal said you want to go through the legal process. You can't do otherwise. You have to hold on. You have to watch him go through the legal process. But if he says otherwise, you cannot decide what you're going to do. Until then, you can't do above what he has. Because if you start, hey, carry a placard on, you are jeopardizing his chances of truncating the court process. So allow courts to do their part. And at the end, I told you if you can pray, go and be praying. Go and pray.
I was laughing when you said the guy was asking what's the way forward. I was you expecting you to say let's go out for war.
I'll tell you,
he will be behind you.
I said no, not like that. We still have
to pray. That's our weapon. That's the weapon we have.
Yes, we have to go.
If you go out with machete or gun, they arrest you. You're on your own.
No, you can't even do that. That's not uncivilized at this time. So the matter is in court. Let court do whatever they need to do, and then if you now discover that there's what the court is doing is contrary, whatever you can do is not left for you. Okay. So there's this story, Mr. Peter, that is trending about the police man that died, inspector.
Oh, the inspector, that guy that
died in the police custody. Policeman died in police.
That means nobody saved them. If a policeman can die in the cell, then my friend, you are not safe. You have to act well. Be careful.
So the families are demanding for 20 million, an apology that it was due to negligence that the policeman died in the and then when we read the story, it's as if he was assigned to a place and he said it wasn't going because somebody else was supposed to be assigned there. So there were that issues and all that, and they said, okay, fine, why would you disobey your higher authority? Oh yeah, go and spend some time behind bar so that your brain can come down. So from that moment, and the next thing we heard was that the guy was gone, the officer was gone, and now the family are demanding for 20 million apology that they see that as a negligence and all that.
We always tell our viewers that in prime media, we say the way it is. We don't add sugar, no salt,
all sorts,
no pepper. So this 20 million they are demanding for, is the 20 million going to wake the guy up back?
No, it's dead.
They should just wait for the federal government and see what the federal government wants to do. You don't demand for 20 million an apology. Yes, the apology will come, and the apology will come with something. You understand? They want this one that they are demanding for 20 million naira. As if they are happy that they lost that man, or maybe they want to use that advantage.
It doesn't appear they are happy, but they don't want to lose at all angle. You lose your family member, the same thing. You don't get compensated. You just lost in all fronts.
They will get compensated.
Maybe like 500,000 at the end or something. So I think this demand is coming because they have a claim, they have something they can go to court with. In case the federal government fails to do the right thing, they can say, okay, fine, something happened to our loved ones. Please, you need to come and defend, tell us how it happened. So the money is not enough for life.
That's what we are saying.
So at the same time, the family has come up with this, believing that there was negligence. That was why their loved ones died there. Normally, as an officer, the police, the government have a plan package for the officer. So this is beyond normal
20 million.
20 million. It's more thing for the government now. So
it's more for the government, but you don't demand for it.
No, it's their right. Mr. P, it's their right. Let not demand for it.
Okay.
So if government is your own right to also say no, this is too much. We can't give you this, or we cannot give you this. Then maybe go to court.
Do you know the kind of document MOU signed with the government, with Nigerian government before you enter the police force, just like the army? I used to hear from people, I'm not sure, I don't know. I used to hear from people that it's like you sign your death warrant before entering into all this field. So if you want to take them to the court, if they bring out all those if they bring out all those papers, maybe you end up with no compensation.
No, Mr. P, what about if the family is actually right that it was true negligence, this man got killed? You cannot really, because you have signed that I'm going to serve, and if I get killed, it wasn't in the battlefield that it wasn't armed robber that shot him. It wasn't armed robber that shot him. No. It wasn't Boko Haram that shot him. It was in the police custody in the cell. Somebody's in charge of that cell, right?
Is that on duty?
The person, no, it's not on duty. He was remanded. He was imprisoned. He was locked up in the cell, and he died there. Somebody should be able to answer for that.
My people, you have to be very careful out there. If a policeman, just as I was saying, if a policeman can die in cell, then
no, don't you see, Mr. P, I drive a lot, and I see a lot of police personnel on the road. A lot of them are doing a whole lot of beautiful, wonderful work. And I think I was having a challenge a few days ago. I wasn't even there, and my person was far away and was having a challenge. I had to just call him and say, go to the station, meet any officers there, just let the officer know that your manager want to talk with you. There's an issue on ground. And the policeman actually was so kind, he responded to the call, and he went with the guy, and the God that he resolved the issue amicably. Wow. The guy that was with me when I was driving, I was actually in the car making this call. The guy was like, "Are you sure he will do this?" I said yes, because normally this is what they're meant to do for us. When you call them for any emergency, or you want, because if he doesn't go there, this person's attacked there, he got injured, it's going to be a very big issue. You understand? And why doing this? So just to be safe that I actually recorded the conversation, while this was going on. I said, okay, please do this and all that. I have reasons. And the man did a fantastic job. And I was just happy. And I look forward to seeing that man again. I said, yes, he did a very good job. And this is what we expected. We expect the whole Nigerian expect, Okay, let's just move on to the story that's already staring at us on the screen. As Buhari leaves, bandits occupy more territories. And we can see from Vanguard newspaper where the headline is coming up. So 98 Chibok girls still in terrorist enclave. 20 out of 23 LGAs in Benue under siege. Over 2 million IDPs in despair. So these are some of the highlights of what is the administration could not completely take care of, which they're also leaving for next governments, next administration to handle. Of course, one of the spokesperson was making a comment the other day that, of course, government is continuous. Anyway, you can't finish, you leave for the next one to complete. But what I'm not comfortable with the debt that's been left behind. Too much debt has been left behind for the next administration, because Mr. P just coming to a house. Imagine you are coming to a house and somebody's owing electricity has not been paid, the water rate has not been paid, the gas has not been paid, and you're coming to that house. It's like moving from how do I put it now? It's not palatable. It's not fire. Oh wow, it's not a good one, because the debt profile on ground is huge. And looking at the herdsmen, farmer clash, looking at the bandit terrorists all over the place, the kidnapping in most of the states, killing in Kaduna in particular, You know, there's a lot of, and also the fuel subsidy issue on ground. The census they have already projected and they wanted to rush into and was left for the next administration. This bulk of work, it's a workload. So do you see the next administration really having, based on what the INEC have declared and what we're looking forward to, do you think these sort of people can have what it takes to be able to manage the situation? Or are they going to just manage it and leave it for the next one?
As they always do, as usual, they manage to the stage that they feel they can manage to, then the next administration will continue from there.
Wow. Okay, so so this is just a highlight of what was what happened and what they're leaving behind. There's also that story that is also trending, Mr. Peter, that federal government also federal government begins Aso Villa renovation. So they are sweeping the house, sweeping the floor, cleaning the walls for the next administration. I think it's the right thing to do, right?
Yes, it's the right thing. We are welcoming our new president on board.
President-elect
on board.
So according to INEC.
We need to clear everywhere, make everything neat and.
So I said they won't come and say I come into our Aso Rock, it was dead, there was rat everywhere. So they want to make the place very conducive and so that the next president-elect will come in and you know when you enter a good fine place, it kind of gives you joy, right?
Yeah.
So they want to make it beautiful that they will enjoy and their stay.
How I wish federal government can make everywhere in Nigeria beautiful.
Aso Rock. Don't worry, I can assure you something. But if it doesn't work out, don't blame me though. That this will be done soon. The whole country will be a very beautiful place. Let's keep the hope high, okay?
All right.
Yes.
But this picture that I'm seeing here,
the place looks
lovely.
Lovely.
Right. I would like to live here.
Unfortunately, it's not. You cannot live here.
And
you cannot live
what
here.
What made you feel so that I can't live here? I'll live here someday.
Okay. Your dreams. It's a good dream. You can. It's possible. But for today, as now you are here right now, you cannot be there. But tomorrow you can be there. Okay. It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
So it's been put in order so that we can have a. Okay, so I think we just have to call it a day here today. Yeah, the story, there's a lot of reaction towards as regard the Mandu, a lot of people are reacting, and there's the hope of the family members and those that love Mandu is still high because of the new king that's been crowned, believing that he can use his power to at least grant amnesty. That is possible. So that is on. And of course, the court case starts for the court case as regards tribunal starts properly on the 8th. So all those are also loyal to LP and PDP. So they are jamming up, hoping, believing that the courts will do what is right. And they believe the court do what is right, that in the person of a Labour Party, President Peter Obi might be declared the winner because of they believe there's so much overwhelming evidence that show that from the IRF and all that he won the election. Of course, the PDP also believing that they won the election. So of course they all have signs set up to put this case. It's going to be a battle, you know. So we hope just when we saw what happened in the UK where it was televised live, right?
Yeah.
We hope we can have something like that so that
we get something like
we can see how it's going.
Media will be there on that day.
Are you even safe to have that? I mean, people don't defend for house.
No, we should try and get someone that will also be there on that radio.
Peter, who has them is a better
as this new prince, is he prince or crown prince? Has he been crowned or?
Yeah, it's ongoing. So
it's ongoing.
Yeah,
let's beg the leaders, the prominent people in the country to try and visit this prince. And then on the day of the crowning of the prince, they should be there and they should plead with him concerning Mr. Ike Ekweremadu issue. Let him see to it.
But this will not be his immediate first task. It's still going to take some. But things can still happen.
Yeah,
but it's right now, the judgment has been passed.
He can still be pardoned. So
we really hope. I personally am not comfortable with all that is happening. It's a lot of it's a bitter pill to chew. I feel so bad for the daughter. The pain she's going through right now is not to be compared to what she had before now. Just imagine your father and your mother will be in a jail, and it's a terrible thing. We just hope, we believe that things can still be done, like you just mentioned. Maybe the king can.
So people that will be attending this occasion should please, after the occasion, sit down and wait to meet the prince.
But if you listen to this judge, he talked about the letter from Obasanjo, the letter from even the Senate Speaker of House of Representatives, even the Malami, right? Yeah. I think there are a lot of prominent Nigerians who wrote. I think that was why he said the sentence was about 9 years. 9 years. So that means it would have been how many years anyway? If that sentence was not, if all this, you don't put all this into consideration, these letters and all that.
So it's a sign that they can still listen to us. So,
okay.
Just pray and hope so.
Well, so you have been watching the Prime Media Studio, and we've been giving you tidbits on the as well the top stories making the headlines. And today we're going to call it a day here today, and of course weekend here Saturday. Some of us from Monday to now will not rest, right? We should be able to go home early today and take a break or something. Prepare for. Do we rest in Nigeria anyway?
No rest.
Tomorrow you'll be heading to church, right?
If you rest in Nigeria, you'll be able to feed.
Tomorrow you'll be heading to church. On Monday, this work resumes. Some of us will work from home anyway. Always on 24/7. Of course, media, always on. Okay, and not to worry, we'll be strong. We'll be back again with top headline story. It's Prime Media Studio. It's been Prosper Michael, Peter Ocheme, James behind the camera. I will get back. So stay put, stay blessed. Enjoy your day.